Josh, it's back-to-back series wins in the SEC. A lot of people wrote off this Vols teams after those first 3 weeks. How have you kind of seen your guys respond last year?
Well, we didn't win last week, but it was good for our guys to get a series win on the road. That's something we've talked about a bunch with our guys, is how important it is. At any point in the SEC, it can flip for the better or the worse, so that's something that's got to keep you working. But this is an unbelievable environment, and for our guys to come in and throw some punches and continue to chip in some runs there late to give our pitchers some breathing room is a really good sign for this club.
It was an SEC long outing for Tegan Coons. You moved him out of the Friday role a few weeks ago. What did you kind of see from him tonight?
Just what we asked him to do, just to continue to attack the strike zone. I thought the fastball was really good. I mean, the vert was up to 22, 23 at times, and he was really driving it in the bottom of the zone and at the top. So I thought I got those guys kind of in between, but had both breaking balls working. And tip of the cap to the guy who hits the ball out there in the seventh, but a ton of confidence in T, and still kept him under 100 pitches again, so be in a good spot for going into next week too.
Jay's another guy that's been in and out of the lineup. He went 3 for 4 with 2 doubles. Have you kind of seen him mature as the season's gone on?
Well, that's what we expect, what we saw tonight. That's Jay Abernathy, using the whole field, not trying to do too much, lowering his launch and being short to the baseball and causing havoc on the bases and making great plays in the outfield. I mean, that play in the 8th or 9th or whatever it was where him and Blaine were running close to each other. Not a lot of guys are going to run that down that easily. So he's a dynamic player. We've stuck with him. It's nice to see him settle in a little bit.
What have you seen from the overall approach, not just tonight, but all weekend so far? A lot of base hits, a lot of just good at-bats. What have you liked about that?
I think when you don't have the success that you want, you have to take a bird's eye view. Why are we not getting the success that we need? So it really hasn't been our process has been great, is how we go about it with the day-to-day, but now we're making some adjustments with what our approach is, how we're doing with the team, within exactly what our guys are trying to do individually. But really the difference is I think guys are settling in, playing with some confidence, and not worried about any outside noise, just playing ball.
Do you think your bullpen's getting a little bit confident? Obviously, you rolled 2 arms in 2 days. How do you feel about your bullpen?
Well, they've been tremendous, and Arv I have a ton of confidence in him, and then Mac, and then really everybody we've thrown. Happy's been amazing. So those 4 have been great. My challenge for the pen is if we get to a Sunday, we've got to mix and match. How are we able to do that with some of the younger guys? But those 4 put us in a great spot going into tomorrow, where we have a lot of bullets, and it should be an offensive day, being a day game. So we'll see how it goes, but it's good to see those guys have some success because we've taken some punches over the last few weeks late in games.
You mentioned earlier any series win in this league is big and good for your confidence, but with the way things have been up and down a little bit this year, how big is it to win the first 2 games in this environment on the road, just for overall confidence going forward?
It's huge. I just think for morale of the team, and the theme this week we were talking was like, oh no, here we go again, or have we been here before? So I thought our guys have really responded. I mean, this place gets going pretty good in the 8th and 9th, 2 nights in a row, but everybody in our dugout is starting to learn. We've had some expensive experience, but this league is all about hooking it up each day that you're out and what you do next, because if you're worried about what you've done or what you could possibly do, you're going to get beat. So I think our guys have done a good job of competing in the moment and working together, but I think the big part has been offensively stacking a few more runs late to get us to a 4 to 5 run lead and giving our bullpen a little bit more breathing room, and those guys have been attacking the strike zone.
Jay got the bunt down. Garrett Wright had a sac fly in that big inning there. How do you think this team's kind of improving at doing the little things right like that?
Well, that's good to see. I mean, we're just trying to put pressure on him right there and not trying to do too much. Garrett, stays on that ball to center. Jay opens it up, and they defended it great. I mean, had tough getting it out of the glove, but that's something we actually worked on in practice this week, so that's a good sign. And getting our jumps on safeties at third base, so credit to Manny with a great slide and good jump over there. Just working together to win, that needs to be the key, and it's good to see the guys start to chain some of those things together.
You mentioned earlier Arvidsson had a great outing tonight, Cam last night. You obviously kind of switched it up this weekend, going with Cam on Friday behind Mac. What was kind of the thinking there, and then obviously it's paid off really well so far?
Sure. Well, the simple one with Friday night is we haven't won on Friday night since opening weekend of the SEC, and we think the world of Cameron Appenzeller, but he's kind of forced our hand and say we've got to get him the ball with the lead at some point, whatever it may be. And Mac running by right there did an amazing job kind of battling through and getting us into the 5th inning, and those are 2 really good arms right there. But whether you go, hey, script, whatnot, I think you just have to be ready to. I told the guys moving forward, let's just win the game we're at, and we'll worry about everything after that. So feel good about what Appy did, but moving forward, we'll see how it goes, because there's a ton of confidence in Arv and a bunch of those guys in the pen too.